Okay, so today we're gonna hopefully fix our bounder egg hatch. Well, so right now if we kill a bounder, we should get a white hunter upon a taxi collision. So as soon as that hatches, it spawns a taxi. The taxi walks over. Collides with its jockey. As soon as it does, it turns into a white hunter. Well, right now it's a Shadow Lord, which we will fix. So let's see where in our play state, right there. We're giving it a 2-tier upgrade. So now here, what we need to do, this is the reason why it was getting stuck at only a hunter. So even if a hunter died and then hatched, it would still only turn into a hunter, because as soon as we instantiate a vulture here, in our init we get to a tier 1, and then we increment our tier. So it goes from a tier 2 to back to a tier 1, then increment, so it's still a 2, so still a white hunter. So we need to do something different. Now in the past we used, and I don't know of a different way to kind of do this, but I'm gonna give us a table called times egg hatched. Now we need as many values as the most amount of vultures we're allowed to spawn. We only have 3 for wave 1, so right now I'm just going to hard code it at 3. So all this is a table with 3 values. So we can index into this table and increment these values based on the collision and based on its previous value. Since it's in the play state and not in the vulture init, this will be more global, so we don't reset this value by the time a vulture is re-instantiated. So this is hopefully going to fix that problem. So we've got this table, times egg hatched, and we need basically egg hatched is actually 0 when it starts. So we have none of the eggs, it's like this is index 1 for vulture 1, this is index 2 for vulture 2, index 3 for vulture 3. So we need to increment this value and then set our tier based on this global value rather than our instantiated self.tier on our vulture class. So I guess anytime we hatch, we need to increment this global value. So let's find where we are doing a if hatched sort of deal right here. So if we hatch, we spawn a jockey. So yeah, anytime we spawn a jockey, that's when we need to upgrade this eggs hatched. So times eggs hatched, right? It's a table that we're going to index at our ith position, so we only modify the correct value. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually take that value and increment it by 1. So now the appropriate index in that table should get incremented anytime an egg's actually hatched, and then all we have to do is set our tier system based on the amount of times eggs hatched instead of current tier. So if we search for .tier, instead of, is exactly there, instead of this, instead of setting the tier to be its tier incremented, we're actually going to set its tier to times egg hatched at that ith index, but +1, because if an egg's hatched once, it needs to go to a tier 2. So times eggs hatched would be 1, then it collides, then it gets a +1. So the fact that we're doing a global table here and incrementing that and assigning it into our vulture tier is different than just upgrading our vulture tier by 1 or incrementing it by 1, because as soon as we reinstantiate a vulture here, our init sets it back to 1. So we have to have a way to keep track of that. So I'm going to go ahead and just comment this out real quick and see if killing a hunter or so we kill the bounder, so that should spawn a hunter by the time the taxi comes over. We should probably take the egg hatching time down to a couple seconds so we don't have to wait so long. But we should have a taxi coming and another one. So we're looking for a tier to be 2 and for it to be a white. It's still a Shadow Lord. What if we don't increment that? Does that change anything? Yeah, I'm gonna go change the time so we don't have to wait for an egg to hatch for so long. Oopsie. So what is the... where's the hatching timer? Hatch countdown. So hatch countdown, what do we instantiate hatch countdown at? Probably like 10 seconds or something. Yeah, 10 seconds. So we're gonna switch it to just be 3 at the moment. So that we don't have to wait so long to test these things. Cool, so now we should only have to wait 3 seconds once it stops. So 1, 2, 3, hatch. Taxi comes over. Let's see if it is a bounder or hunter or shadow lord. It is a bounder, like it should be. Now, let us, come on. If I can kill this guy, I'm curious if it goes to a shadow lord. Because that's the right tier 2, but now it should go to tier 3 instead of stay at tier 2. Also want to take down the DX on the egg velocity too, just a bit. It does. So we've got, nice. But you see it's actually a tier 4 when it should be a tier 3, so it's actually not right. And I realized that I just collected that egg when a taxi was out, and now that taxi is kind of just looking for its egg permanently, so we need to fix that. I'm gonna make a note of that so we don't forget. And we're gonna say, okay. So yeah, our increment is just not right at the moment. So times egg hatched. Let's print that up in our debug. trying to get better at Vim where I can do this sort of stuff without... Come on. I would say that's probably my least favorite thing about Vim is that if you delete something, it goes into your paste buffer, which kind of sucks. But there's a way to get around that. I just have not done it. So this is 3, this is 2. So the value we're printing up here is the times egg hatched now. So let's see that this is tracking. It should be an egg hatched as 1 as soon as it hatches, right? No, it goes right to 2. Well, that makes sense because it needs to go. You know what? Hold on. Why does it go to 2? It should only be hatched once by the time it hatches, right? Like, what is going on? Start at 0. Oh, what? We literally do it twice. What the? So let's do it once, and then when we collide, we want to do a +1 here because we start off as 0. So once we hatch 1, we're not trying to go to tier 1, we're trying to go to tier 2, so it needs to be 1 higher than the amount of times we've hatched. So now we should hatch once, and then hatching once means we should get a tier 2, and if we hatch twice it means we get a tier 3. So when this hatches, it should be a white bounder. Come on, taxi. Let's go. Should be a white bounder. Nice. And it's a bit faster on the DX, a little bit faster flapping too. Then if we kill a bounder, our hatched should get incremented to 2 on that vulture 2 as soon as we hatch here. And if that's right, then nice. As soon as we collide, it should get the next tier, which should be a blue Shadow Lord, and then we're in business. Nice, buddy. Nice. Now, the thing is, let's see what happens if we kill a Shadow Lord and let the Shadow Lord egg hatch. Yeah, I want to take down the egg DX a bit because that's a little ridiculous. Shadow Lord egg went quite far, or it stopped. So it should be even a higher tier, but it should still just make a Shadow Lord. And if that's good, then I'm feeling pretty good about our AI system for our bad guys because it seemed to be working. Nice. Ooh. He's got the flap issue. He's got the flap. Okay, so we need to do something here with our, that would be what, in our vulture class. And we would say whenever we're incrementing our tier, see the tier system is equal to 3 is what those jumps are, but it's not equal to 3, it's greater than 3, so it doesn't actually, I actually don't know what's going on there. But look, if our self tier is not 1 or 2, we're gonna actually say self.tier gets 3 right off the bat, so we can't have a tier 4 or anything like that. So now, what? Vulture 258? What? I don't know how I accidentally did that, but we need to. Oh, when I went to go type in our that tier is 1, okay. here. So we say self.tier gets 3. That should fix our flap issue if we kill a Shadow Lord. So let's see that. So killing a red bounder should make a white hunter. White hunter. And then that should make a blue Shadow Lord. Nice. Now killing the blue Shadow Lord hopefully doesn't have that messed up flapping anymore now that we fixed the tier system. So it can't go above a 3. And then the last thing we'll do is probably switch that egg DX to be a little less powerful because that's just a little too slippy. Liking. It's like, yeah, I should probably speed up the taxi so I'm not waiting so long. Come on. They're all just stuck down there. Well, it looks like it's working. It's not stuck on that downward flap, which is good. But oh yeah. Cool. Nice. So yeah, Shadow Lord's a little crazy. And look at the egg, it goes like 2 whole screens before it stops. Yeah, that's too slippy. Way too slippy. And our Shadow Lords don't get stuck. So even though our times hatched can be higher than 3, our tier cannot be higher than 3, so that's okay. Then we'll just have to reset that table upon every wave, make sure we update that table so it works on waves of more than 3 vultures, but then we're good to go. Let's find out where this egg DX inheritance is coming from. So .dx. I guess it's right there. Let's double this so that it is half as slippy. I think that's what that means. So the eggs should stop about, or go half the distance. Nice. That's looking more reasonable. I still feel like oh. Nice 3-bopper right there. Yeah, egg's looking less slippy, which is good. Just want to see if a Shadow Lord egg pop can go 2 screens or not. There is 1 screen and then and a half, so that's better. It was going 2 screens and a half, so that's more reasonable. I like how that is slowing down now. So, okay. Cool. That's all I'm gonna do for today. I am feeling not great, like often, but I did program and we got some good stuff in. So we temporarily lowered the hatch countdown so that we don't have to wait as long for it to hatch. We halved the DX of our egg, so now it travels half as far. We gave ourselves a global table times egg hatched, which we are using to increment every time we hatch so that we can set the tier appropriately instead of resetting the tier upon instantiation, which is what our problem was yesterday. So we've got that. So now we've got all our bad guy AI figured out, and we've got their tier system upgrade figured out. But we do still have to delete the taxi if we capture the jockey. We have to delete that taxi so that it doesn't just keep looking for its egg. And then we're working on taxi egg AI, because if an egg is stuck on the middle tier or top tier, our taxi can't find it. All our AI does right now is walk in the direction that the egg is in response to its Y or whatever. So like if the egg's on the right side, a taxi will spawn on the left side walking right. And if it's on the left side, it'll spawn on the right side walking left. So we need to just give it a little bit more Y position AI, so that, say like, hey, if the egg's way above you, you need a flap so that you can get to it, basically. So that'll be fun. And then we'll test a bunch of different egg positions and make sure our taxi can find the egg, because that's pretty important. And then we'll be kind of done with bad guys. Then we can work on our wave design and modifying our code to work and function on more than just one wave. And then on top of that, we need to dive into our point system, make sure our egg double score is working right, making sure our eggs point system is working right, depending on which tier villain we kill and all of that good stuff. But we're making good progress. Save fixed. Cool. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. We'll get some more work done.